So a lot has happened this week. As you can see, my room is not really my room anymore. Hey guys, it's Rachel, and I'm gonna sound a little echoey because my room is empty. Yeah, because a lot has happened this week. So one of the big things that happened this week was I quit my job. Which a lot of people are gonna go, what? Why would you do that? I was paying you so much more than food service jobs were. But I was dying. I wasn't doing any art. It was giving me anxiety and panic attacks on a daily basis. I was starting to cry on a daily basis. I would come home and zone out because I was so tired. So it's just not okay. It was not ideal. So what I decided to do is I'm going back to Panera. I'm starting again this week at Panera. It's hard, it's physical work, and it's difficult, but at the end of the day, I have energy to be able to draw, and I have energy to be able to write, and that is my big thing, because I also went to Comic-Con this weekend. So the drawing I will be sharing with you today is the drawing that I did while at Comic-Con. So a lot of people would be like, what were you doing drawing? This is supposed to be facilitating and like talking to people and stuff, and believe me, I actually had a great time. I made a lot of new contacts and networks, and I sold a lot of pieces, and I just had a blast. You know, sometimes during the day of the Comic-Con, you know, you have moments where there's nobody. There's no one in the aisles, and it's like at that point you just kind of look like this sad little old man on his porch, just like, when is the mail coming? And I'm like, I don't want to do that. I was like, I want to be productive. So I brought my iPad and I drew whenever there wasn't anyone around, and whenever someone did come around, I perked up and was like a little meerkat, like, oh, hi, oh, hi. Like, it was kind of fun. But I did have a little blast at Comic-Con. So I'm just going to share with you guys that drawing that I made. But you know, Comic-Con was one thing that happened this week. Me quitting my job, and it was another thing that happened this week. That happened last Friday. Not the Friday of the con, but the Friday before that. The thing that happened this week, and this is why it's so echoey in here, is we had some sewage backup in the basement of the house that I live with my friends, and I live in the basement. So that means the floor got all wet, soaked up a bunch of sewage. Horrible. I lost my bed. I lost my chair. I lost about $1,700 worth of comics. Not my comics, but comics that I had like bought. Like not my comics that I drew, but comics that I bought, and that was really, really frustrating and sad, and a lot of my favorite comics were in that. The silver lining to all this, I put my 2 weeks notice into my new job on Monday, and then I couldn't handle it anymore. I really just was like, I really cannot stay here. I can't fulfill the 2 weeks, and I've never done that before with a job. I've always fulfilled the professional duty and done the 2 weeks, but I just couldn't handle the stress and anxiety of every day. So Friday morning, I went in, I wrote an email to my boss, I wrote an email to my team, and I turned in my badge, and I came right back home. I cried so hard on the way back home because I was so relieved, because it was like, oh my gosh, this is the best decision I've ever made. I feel so happy. I don't have to answer another phone call. I was so happy. Like, and I really needed to go through that experience so that I feel like I could appreciate food service, because it's a different type of work. It's not the same. It's like I wasn't able to do art with the new job, and I can do art with my food service job. I wasn't going to start at my old job again until the 27th. So I had a week, and I was like, great, I haven't had a week off in years. I haven't had time to myself, like any form of vacation or art time or anything in years. And it was the week right before the Colorado Springs Comic-Con. Yay, I can spend this on getting ready for the con and all that stuff. That weekend, that Sunday, is when we found the whole sewage backup thing. And it took almost all week to take care of it. A lot of people would be like, man, you didn't get your vacation. You didn't get to breathe. You didn't get that rest time like you wanted. But imagine if I hadn't told my new job that I wasn't gonna come back the next week. Imagine if I had to work while all of this needed to be gone through. All of my stuff had to be figured out and sorted, and like, what is it that I can keep? What is it that I can't? My roommates wouldn't have been able to answer those questions. They would not have been able to know, like, oh, but she wants to keep this and she can't keep this. And I would have been at work stressing even more because I should be at home taking care of my business. So I really do feel like that was actually a godsend, that I felt so strongly that I needed to not work the next week, because I would not have been able to handle this situation with any amount of grace if I was still at that job. So it turned out to work out great. I'm excited because hopefully the amount of money I'm gonna get to replace those comics I'm possibly gonna put them to a new camera so I don't have any more technical issues. I'm possibly gonna put them to a new laptop so I don't have slow issues. I'm possibly gonna try to get a new drawing tablet. Not my iPad, but like a drawing tablet for my comics with my computer, because my tablet is being stupid and not wanting to work. So my comics have kind of come to a halt, and that's not okay. But basically, this situation is kind of giving me a little forward business-wise for my art business. And I am so excited to see where that takes me, because that really is my ultimate goal. And that's the whole reason why I'm quitting the new job and going back to my old one, so that I do have the option to have energy to focus on my art as a career. And hopefully down the road I can have a part-time job, and that would be enough to sustain me so that I can do art full-time, and then eventually not even have to have a part-time job. And I can go to cons all the time because it was so much fun, so much fun. So you've got a life update from me while you got to watch this drawing that I made at the con, which I really did enjoy. I got to talk to a lot of my art friends. They were kind of giving me a couple of tips and tricks for me to try. I don't feel like I initially got anywhere with the style that they were talking about, but I did do some stuff that made me go, oh, yeah, that's interesting. I can try this and I can try this. But it still kind of kept to the things that I normally do. I hope you guys enjoyed this week's video. If you want to see more of my artwork, go ahead and click that link in the description. It takes you right to my Facebook page. And I'm gonna leave a link to my Instagram as well. There's gonna be a couple updates about the con, but not too much. If you want to watch more videos, go ahead and click that subscribe button. Watch my other videos. Leave a thumbs up, leave a comment. I'd love to hear from you guys. I hope you guys have a great week, and I will see you next time for another art adventure.